Gen 5, Part 1. Gen 5, Part 2. And yes, I know these aren't the correct correlations, like I should have black 2 instead of white 2, but fuck it, it's the same game. Fucking look at it! And I'm finally reviewing it. There. Okay, yo, what's up guys, Insane Game Freak here. Yes, I know I have been forever to review this. I think this came out in October, so I'm about 2 months off, which is a lot later than when I reviewed Black One. I think when I reviewed Black, I reviewed that like within, I think, a week or two after it came out, when it was really, really relevant. Now, this is like painfully unrelevant. But for me, I'm not a person who gives a flying fuck, so we're going to talk about it. Okay, so I beat Black 2, I think, about a week ago, and it's like, has it been a week? A week or 2 weeks ago? I'm not totally, I want to say a week ago, though. Like, I beat the Elite Four, I beat the main game, I haven't done any of the extra shit, I know about the end shit, I'm getting there. I don't mind spoiling the hell out of this game, because hell, it's been out for 2 months. If you cared about spoilers, you would have already looked at them. Anyways, so let's get into it. Now, there's not too much to really talk about because it's essentially the same mechanics as the first game. So I'm not really going to say too much about the mechanics except for a few different things that I noticed. The first thing, and I know this is a small thing, but this is something I fucking love. When you were using repels or max repels repetitively throughout routes and shit, the game, instead of making you go into your bag and use another one, when the first one runs out, it gives you the option to use another one if you have another one. Thank you, game. This is gonna be fucking great. That was one of the first things well, not really one of the first things, but it was one of those things I inherently reminded myself of. I was reminded of through playing the game. The second thing I love is, and this actually goes into why it took me so long to actually beat the game, I kept switching teams, and I love a game that can make me constantly debate whether switching teams. Mind you, my final team wasn't anything, was actually weird as fuck, to be perfectly honest with you. My final team was Superior. Yes, I actually did choose the grass starter because I chose Oshawott in Black 1, so I decided for White 2, I'm picking the grass one, because for those who don't know, this will be the second time I picked the grass Pokemon as my starter. What was the first time? Pokemon Sapphire. Yes, I picked Trico, and the game was hard. But I regret nothing, and Superior, for the most part, works okay. I don't think he's necessarily a beast, but that speed, if he can get off that speed and some specials, we're good, man. Superior can go in like a G. My team kept switching. I actually didn't even use Lucario like most people probably did. Because it's like, oh, that was the cool thing I love. I like the fact that this game mixed a lot of old school with new school. Because my freaking team ended up being a fusion of like a lot of different gens. Like I used Electabuzz, Superior, Jellicent, which I think is the evolved form of Frillish, Mainchild, which I didn't get to use him in Black 1 like I wanted to. But I did this one, and I'm so happy because that boy is a beast. The only problem with Mainchild is that Mainchild can't take hits for shit. Fuck. Seriously, like in terms of attacking, Mainchild is a beast. But in terms of like not dying, he dies a lot. And that was painful. I used Reuniclus, which I think is the final evolution of the Amoemis Pokemon, I believe. I used Genesect, who for some reason at the beginning of the game was OP as shit. But once you got to like the later half of the game, he started becoming pretty, what's the word? Not useless, but not as broken as I thought he would be. Mind you, I did rape. I think I raped like half the Elite Four with him, so I can't necessarily say that. I'll just say that when I fought Iris, who is the champion, who, god damn it, I love her battle theme. Her battle theme was awesome. I just like that whole setup for it. Like, and it was like the traditional battle. It wasn't like you had to run up to her and you talk to her. No, you ran up and talked to her, and she was like, alright, you get over here, I get over here. Oh no! Like, it's like that, and it had like the traditional battle. That was cool as fuck to me. Anyways, Genesect, and let's see. Because I don't think I didn't use a fire type. I used, what am I missing? Superior, Genesect, Electabuzz, Jellicent, Mainchild, Reuniclus. No, that's everyone. I'm being stupid. That is everyone. So yeah, my team was pretty unorthodox. I I was surprised. You know, and it's funny because I actually did catch a Lucario. I think, what was I using before? I was using the Zoom Arrow because for me, for those who also don't know, I had a thing back at Silver that one of my strongest Pokemon in my Silver version, like Pokemon Silver, the original, not Soul Silver, the original, is a level 100 Zoom Arrow where I was raping everything, and I have a mild attachment to that character, plus that I like rabbits, so that was the other thing. But the cool thing I liked is that the game gave me multiple options in switching the Pokemon. And mind you, people are going to wonder why the hell did you switch out Azumarill for fucking Jellicent. He's half ghost, even though that didn't really come into play much. It actually was more of a detriment than anything else. I still was beasting with him, so fuck it. So in terms of the gameplay, I like that, you know, like the fact that if you use an item, it'll ask you if you want to use it again when it came to repels. I thought the music was on point because for those who don't know, the difference between the first game and the second game in terms of graphics is that characters have animations now. And the Pokemon have always had animations. Actually, no, that's a lie. They didn't start having animations until Crystal version and forward. But animations were on point. The actual trainers themselves have animations. I kind of wish they had took, like, you know how they have the Pokeballs in their hand? Some of them have Pokeballs in their hand. I kind of wish that was the Pokeball they threw instead of it being like, I'm going to move a second and have a Pokeball in my hand, and then this other Pokeball is going to come out while I fade out and just drop. I wish that wouldn't happen. I wish they would just throw the Pokeballs like that. The bike still controls like ass, though. No bullshit, I'm sorry. It does. It controls like ass. The other thing I like that they fixed from Black 1 is that you actually get useful TMs during the journey. That was the biggest thing I hated about fucking... I hated about Black 1 is like they gave you all these weak ass TMs and you didn't get any good ones until the end, until the fucking after you beat the game. And I was like, well, fuck you, game. Like, seriously, I actually looked it up. I was like, this is ass. But Black 2 and White 2 were a lot more fair when it came to that kind of shit. Like, you could find, you know, useful TMs like Dig and what was it? Dig. I don't think Psychic, but like Flamethrower and Thunderbolt and stuff. You could find Ice Beam and Blizzard. Like, you could find and buy useful TMs. That was my thing. Because the other ones, ass. Also going to the music, fucking love this soundtrack. And you know what kills me? Ironically, this is the, I will say Team Plasma or Neo Team Plasma, whichever one you want to call it, has probably the best villain theme in any Pokemon. Like, it's my favorite villain theme because it's so addictive to listen to. Like the like that, like Team Plasma shit. Oh god, because you hear the battle theme so much in the game because of how prevalent they are in the story that I was just kind of like, my god, I love this theme so fucking much. Also the fact that a lot of the gyms got redesigns, and then on top of the redesigns, some of the gyms have music, like Roxy's gym or Homika in Japanese. Roxy's gym and Elsa's gym, I know for a fact both have audio tracks, because it's like, hey, I think actually is her name is Roxy, but I think in the Japanese version, like, the track still says like, no, Roxy. See, I don't remember. I think Homika is her Japanese name, but I'm not sure, because I remember the track being like Homika, Homika, like I like that. And then like Elsa's, I don't remember how it goes exactly because it's been a minute since I beat her gym, but hers was catchy in its own right too. Like, they actually put like words and audio tracks. Like, I think Kores's theme has it, or is it Gatus's theme I'm thinking of? One of those two has it in there. I love the legendary battle theme, like when you're fighting the fucking Virizion, Terrakion, and oh fuck me, and Cobalion from what I've heard from the damn movie. I like the theme that plays there too. Like, there's a lot of catchy themes there. So music wise, you on point. In terms of the redesigns for the gyms, which I believe they changed Charon out, so Charon replaces Lenora, and I think, yeah, Charon replaces Lenora, Then you have Berg. I like his cocoon style gym. Elsa's is like a fashion show, which I guess fits her character a lot more, so I didn't have any problem with her gym being changed. Clay's, I actually prefer Clay's. I prefer almost all the redesigns. I believe the new water gym leader's name is Marlon. He is funny and awesome, especially when you have like that little exchange where he's like talking to you and Hugh, which is the rival, which I'll touch on in a second. And it was just like, everyone's like, he's such a stoner, which is even funnier considering how weird, how different he is in the anime. He's just normal. He's like standard, whereas in the games he's like, hey, bruh, like, which I think they didn't do that in the anime because he would have been so different than he is in the. He would have been way too similar to Brawly, like from Hoenn, because that's what he feels like when I look at him. Not like look wise, but like his character just seems really similar to Brawly's, which is probably why they didn't do it. I like Skyla's. Skyla's gym is kind of annoying with the whole fan thing. I was like, oh my god, let me get through. It's not like insanely annoying, but it is kind of annoying. Who am I missing? I'm missing a shit ton, I know. But I'm like going off of random points in my head because I'm stupid. It's Charon, Berg. Oh, wow. That's horrible. Charon, Berg. Elsa's the fourth gym. Oh, no. Charon, Berg. No. Charon, Homika, Berg, Elsa, Clay, Skyla. Drayden, I love Drayden's gym design. That shit was cool. I don't think he's the... Yeah, he is the 7th gym leader. And then Marlon's 8th. Okay. And make sure Marlon... I like all the gym designs pretty much. And the redesigns are cool. I really like Drayden's because I don't even remember what Drayden's original design for his gym was. That's how cool he was. And yeah, I fought Drayden in both games. I didn't fight Iris. Which... I think you had to fight Drayden in Black 2 or White 2 because of obviously Iris being the champion. But anyway, let's move on to Hugh, our new rival, which I guess is a joke on the fact that Hugh, you know, like all the colors, Hugh, I didn't even get that until I saw a review for the game. That's what they were going for with that name. I really didn't. That's actually pretty clever, no bullshit. In terms of a rival, I think he's probably my favorite rival. My favorite or my second favorite, probably. I honestly think Black and White rivals in general, like Bianca, Charon, and Hugh, are like my favorites. And I know everyone's gonna be like, "What about Silver? Silver is cool too." I'm like, listen, I like Silver, but to me, Hugh was just way more sympathetic than Silver. I mean, I will accept if you prefer Silver to Hugh, but I like Hugh more because Hugh to me was a good balance of being an asshole like a rival's supposed to be an asshole, but at the same time being like a tragic asshole. Like he felt like a fallen, not like a fallen hero, but like he felt like a fallen dick. That sounded weird actually. That sounded really weird. Like the whole plot line with him feeling like shit because his sister's, you know, what is Purloin's pre-evolution? I actually don't remember what Purloin's pre-evolution is. No, I don't. But the stolen Purloin thing with him sets home because maybe it's because we're both older brothers and that connected with me a lot because he feels like shit that for one he couldn't stop them from taking the Purloin, and then two, just because he was weak in general. Like the fact that he had to like let his sister's shit get stolen, and then on top of that just feel how weak and helpless he was in that situation. And you can obviously tell he's not a rival who necessarily thinks he can do it on his own like fucking Silver did. Like, this dude constantly tells you, the main character, like, you know, you're going to have my back, right? You got my back, right? Because we're friends. And, you know, and I want to have his back because I feel bad for the character because he's just like... But to me, he's like one of those characters I want to help because he's like... He gets reckless a lot. He's just like, every Team Plasma member is scum, you're a piece of shit, and you can die. Like that scene where he like randomly comes up on a fucking ex-Team Plasma member, mind you, and just punches that nigga in the face. I was like, whoa, Hugh, chill the fuck out. I understand you're mad, but you can reckless. Chill out. It's okay, Hugh. It's okay. Like I can see that in anime, and the nigga just holding him by his back. Let me go. Let me go. Like he's trying to like beat the shit out of it. And I even like the whole concept with the ex-Team Plasma members, you know. a lot of people don't like. I think a lot of people think the first game's plot is better because it incorporated more of plot elements. Like a lot of the gym leaders did a lot more in that game than they do in this game. Which, in all honesty, it's kind of a mixed bag with me. Like, I feel like the rivals and the gym leaders are still relevant. Like the shit you do with Drayden is relevant. Charon is really prevalent. Not Bianca so much, but kinda. It's weird because the characters are somewhat prevalent, but it's not. But you can tell it's not as much as it was in the first game. And in terms of the reference to your original character from Black 1, he's referenced but never seen. In terms of N, you will see N in the game because he's a beast. And, you know, I've come to like N because N isn't on bullshit anymore. But Gators can go eat a dick. But overall, when it comes to Hugh, I just thought he was more sympathetic. Like, I felt bad for the character because of how he felt. But I like the fact that he goes through this chain of development and kind of understands that you can't just... Because he was, ironically, Hugh was looking at things black and white. Just because the word Team Plasma was in the name, he just assumed everything was evil. And the thing is that you constantly see through the game that all the ex-members legitimately thought they were doing the right thing. And that's the whole idea, is that nothing's really black and white. It's just like people do things. Everybody, for the most part, most of the people who do the things they do it for the better of humanity. Even though not everyone's methods are like good methods. And that's how kind of Team Plasma is. Team Plasma is like that group of individuals that has like people who are trying to do the right thing, but using the wrong ways of dealing with it. And Colress is the same way. Colress was actually pretty interesting, and I'm not gonna lie, it shocked the shit out of me when I found out he was actually the new leader of Team Plasma. That threw me off so bad. Colress is a character who does bad things for the right reason, and Hugh is a character who does good things for the wrong reason. That's how the characters are kind of paralleled. You know, Hugh gets overly abrasive and angry at every fucking body, but he's doing it for the good of his sister. Whereas Chorus wants to unlock a Pokemon's true potential and the bonds and friendship and shit, but he's willing to destroy the entire world to do so. I thought that was a good balance, and I enjoyed that. Like, that is a good parallel for characters. So, yeah, it's not, the gym leaders and all in Outer and stuff aren't as prevalent as they are in the other games. But I kind of don't mind considering the characters we have to deal with in this game anyway. There's a lot of extra shit to do, like the World Tournament, which is fun as hell. Pokewood, which I know a lot of people don't like and just know. A lot of people said that's filler, and no bullshit, it really is filler. You can still have fun with it. The World Tournament is where most people are going to hang out and like all the extra shit. Like I want to do the Yancey mission because that one bugged the fuck out of me. I was like, that's not in the story mode of the game. That's an after game thing. Fuck that, I'm doing the Yancey mission. And for those who don't know, the Yancey mission is when you find like that broken Navigator. What is it called in this game? I don't even know what it's called in this game. It's like I guess it's the Poke Navigator, but I'm thinking that's a whole terminology for it. But it's like, pretty much it's like the phone that they use. Like the Pokemon communicator shit. And you find the broken one, there's like this chick named Yancey that is constantly talking to you and wants you to fucking bring her back to shit, but she's pretty nice, and she's like having casual conversations with you throughout the journey, and I was like, please let this be story related, please let this be story related. It's like, no, after game, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going in though. That was like, so that's like one of the next missions I'm doing after I level up my Pokemon and I fight in, which is another after game thing. In terms of the graphics, I think a lot of people have already stated that I think people think that for the next generation they need to like get away from 2D sprites and just go 3D models, which I don't know how I feel about that. I prefer it 2D sprites because, no offense, if anyone's noticed, they haven't really even updated the sprites for the older gen Pokemon. And what I mean by that is if you like take games like Pokemon Battle Revolutions or even the fucking Pokédex, a lot of the older gen Pokemon have the same models they've had since like fucking Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Stadium 2. They haven't updated those models like at all. Like Charizard still looks like a fucking mess. No bullshit. So if they're gonna do 3D models, they gotta fix a lot of shit. And if they're gonna do 3D models, that means the battle. The whole point is that Pokemon is an RPG. A lot of people are like trying to take the RPG out of Pokemon. Don't fucking do that. Just keep it RPG. Not saying no, mind you, I'm not lying and saying I wouldn't want a 3D game, but I don't want like the RPG element to be taken out completely. Like I still want the RPG element. You know, I still want it to be restricted in some sense, because if it's ridiculous as the anime, then it kind of stops being Pokemon in a sense. You know, you don't want the Pokemon to lose what makes it Pokemon. That's the whole point. It should still feel like Pokemon. But in terms of everything else, I'm trying to think. I think that's really all the main things I wanted to say. I'm still mad that the bike controls like ass. I don't give a fuck when anyone says the bike controls like ass. Yeah. That's really all I have to say. And I know it's like, oh, there are probably other things I could talk about. But I don't want to really ramble too much. So, overall, good game. I love the variety in Pokemon. I love the music. I like the characters. I have really no problems in terms of the story. There's not really any plot holes, because this time, Neo Team Plasma is just straight like Team Rocket. I want to control the world kind of shit. And Gatis is a motherfucker that needs to be beaten with a fucking stick made of the blood of his fucking dumbass subordinates. Actually, that might have been a little bit too graphic. I apologize. Because obviously, not everything's black and white. Yeah, fuck it. But overall, I had a fun time with this game. And if you played the first one, you'll enjoy. If you enjoyed the first one, you'll definitely enjoy the second one. If you're looking for something insanely groundbreaking from the first one, not so much. But still fun to, still fun to play. I had fun playing it. And if you're a fan of older gens more than the newer gens, fucking fanboy, man. The fact that you could get Lucario, Elekid, and Growlithe at the beginning of the game in itself was just like, I'm sold. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Fucking Arcanine, Lucario, and fucking Electivire. We're gonna beast in this motherfucker and take them all down. Oh, man. And I'm probably going to go back and make probably about 3 or 4 teams. Because there's enough Pokemon to do that. And my boy Ampharos! My boy Ampharos! Anyways, I'm going to stop. Anyways. Please send me your thoughts and comments in the comment section about the game. What did you think about it? What was your team? All of this fun shit. And please don't ask me to battle, because I have not EV trained like I wanted to. And I want to go EV train, and I want to do shit, and it's going to take a while. So, no battle requests, please. I'm sorry. We just can't do it. I'm sorry. We'll wait. We'll wait until the next Pokemon game. The next canon Pokemon game is announced. And hopefully Nintendo continues the steady stream of stepping its story game up with Pokemon. Because this was good. This works, Nintendo. Keep doing this shit. This is fun to me. Anyways, this has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win. Gotta catch them all. And I will catch you guys later. Peace off.